Hey everybody. So, happy new moon in Gemini. This is quite the interesting energy actually tonight. There's a lot of air energy going on, not just the new moon, but the transit of Pluto and the sign of Aquarius, bringing us a very interesting, intense energy. I already did a video on the new moon specifically, so if you want a little more information on that, feel free to go over there. But there was an emphasis on listening to other people, being open, responsible, and mindful about the things we say and the way we say it, the words we choose to express ourselves. Not to avoid hard conversations, of course, in any way, but to engage in them with responsibility and being mindful of the way we choose to communicate. So, without further ado, let's just go into the shuffle and see what we have, because we do have very interesting cards for this week. All right, here. So, welcome. This is me, and this is Hermit Tarot. So, the path of the star, the path to the star, really is very interesting for this week. I decided to go with the nighttime and candlelit reading this week, mostly because of the new moon. So, we have a little bit of nighttime light here. Anyway, the cards for this week. The Ace of Pentacles, as you saw in the shuffle, I'm not sure how much is going to be visible in the shuffle since I do it in time lapse. It's speeded up. But when the Ace of Pentacles popped out, it actually popped out on the reverse. And initially, I thought about laying it down upright, but then I was like, no, let's go with the reverse actually. So the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Cups, which was also present in last week's reading, and the middle position, if I remember correctly. And we were taking it as exactly all those things that are being said. I know Cups energies are emotions and not words or language, not mind energy specifically, but in this case I am taking it as all the things that are being expressed, as these emotions are the root of all those things being said and expressed. So there you go, that's why I'm taking it that way. Now there's also decision, and the Two of Swords is that very thing I was talking about, choosing the right way to express ourselves. So on the one side we have the Seven of Cups, which is about multiplicity of emotions, potential confusion. And the Ace of Pentacles is always about potential. We had it, I believe, in a couple of readings during Taurus season. It is always opportunity. It's a very good card. And since it came in the reverse, I also asked for a fourth card. In this case, that in this case was the Five of Pentacles, as a clarification. So the Five of Pentacles as a clarification to me is speaking about coming out of lack mindset, but potentially dragging it into this week with us, which explains the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So what do we need to be, again, mindful about is not to speak from that lack mentality, from that even competition. I'm gonna add here because really I don't think you can see with this light very well the image in the Crow Tarot version of the Five of Pentacles, but I'm gonna add the image and post-production. This image actually has 3 or maybe 4, maybe more crows that are kind of hugging the 5 pentacles up in the tree and leaving the other 2 kind of out in the cold. So this is a very different version of, well, a little bit of a different energy for the 5 of Pentacles, because normally the Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles and the Rider-Waite or the Mother-Waite Tarot depicts the sanctuary. The 5 Pentacles represent the sanctuary, and the 2 people are out in the cold. In this version, what we're going to see is, or the way I'm reading it is, there's people hugging abundance or hugging material wealth, even if it's very little. And there's people who are actually, or in this case, crows, who are willing, and the 2 crows of Gemini, how about that? Who are willing to go out into the cold and do their own exploration. So risk-taking, trusting the flow, trusting the divine, even during the adversity. And but what I'm going to say here is the importance here, the way for us to turn this pentacle up to the upright position is to trust the divine, to still go and walk, even if we're walking away from what seems to be sure. We're walking away from competition and walking towards cooperation. And that is an example that we're setting up here. All right, so if everyone is being loud and competitive, everyone is trying to raise their voice higher than yours, just get down from that battle. Get down from the podium, get away from the competition, and do your own thing. That's the way you're going to move this pentacle from the reverse position to the upright. That is the decision, and that is why this crow, again, as the figure in the 2 of Swords, is blindfolded, because you need not to know where you're going. You need not to know that there's going to be an Ace of Pentacles in the end of the road. What you need to do is trust your intuition, trust your inner voice. See how even this crow here in the, okay, I'll add the image. Even the candlelight was not a very good idea. But anyway, again, we don't need clarity, visual clarity. We don't need to be, our mind doesn't need to be clear about where we're going. See how this crow is the same one in both cards? This crow is actually even looking at the victory crown here. So he is clear where he needs to go. Even if there is confusion, even if there are many options, he knows that he's going to be standing on the pentacle and he's seeing the victory right here, because he knows, he's trusting his heart, he's trusting his intuition. That is what we need to do. We don't need to see the path clearly. We need to trust our inner knowledge. Okay, our inner knowledge, and that's a guide. That's all the guide we need. All right, so that's what we're gonna need for this week, in order to, and keep in mind, see, there's gonna be interruptions, but it doesn't matter. What we need to do is trust our hearts, trust our intuition, trust our discernment to be able to tell which is the right way to go. He's looking at the victory. He's looking at the heart. All right. So leave the scarcity mindset behind, because that is what's keeping this pentacle on the reverse. Leave the scarcity mindset behind. Leave the people arguing to arguing about who's going to get what. and trying to get a piece of the little abundance that there is actually, and just go your own way. Spirit's gonna guide you, the divine is gonna guide you, your heart, your intuition is gonna guide you, your inner star is gonna guide you. You do not need to be certain about the way. You don't need to a clear path. What you do need is your inner guidance. All right. So I'm gonna leave it up to here. Thank you very much for your time. Trust your heart, trust your intuition, and see you soon.